All right, folks, welcome to another edition of Radio's Yard, and this is going to be a fun one that we're going to do every once in a while. JMO, obviously, my guest here, and this is going to be a pod where we're going to talk to JMO and some of the other breakers. JMO, I wanted to start with because it's going to be story time with JMO today. We're going to talk about cool things that happened in the hobby with pulling cards, rip and wax, whatever the case is, but some of the big moments. And obviously, when I first came here to the backyard, one of the first stories I heard, one of the first everything was about this guy right here. Pulling one of the biggest cards.
The biggest
we've ever seen in this hobby, the triple Logoman. I want you to kind of go through, because this week obviously is Flawless Week 2. So this is a huge week in the hobby for all of us in this building. So it's a perfect time to kind of bring this story back up. That morning, obviously, you knew what you wanted to pull. You knew what you wanted to try to pull. You had no idea what was going to end up happening. Work me through it a little bit that day. Right.
So I'm sure people watch it. Some of them hear it in my streams. Oh, here we go again. But there are some backstories that are the craziest things ever.
That's what we're here for.
So let's just say we're ripping it on a Friday.
Right.
Whatnot drops his whole promotion, and each night was a different company. So it was like Thursday night was some company.
Right.
Wednesday, some company. Backyard Rips was Friday. There were guys Saturday, guys Sunday. There has never been a hype train like this.
Sure.
I'm talking like, if we're ripping Flawless right now, chasing Wemby, all that, we got 400 or 500 in the room, up to 600 in the room.
Sure.
Back then, every night, 2,000 in the room, 2,500 in the room.
Wow.
The chase for that was
that's nuts.
Never seen before.
Goosebumps thinking about it.
Never seen before. Will never happen again.
Right.
And when that whole week was going down, everyone was in that room seeing who's going to pull it. It gets to Thursday night. We're Friday night.
Right.
We're watching, and we're like, holy
right,
shit.
Of course.
They didn't pull it.
Right.
We have life. Because you don't want them to pull it. You want to be the one to pull it. You want it to at least be live.
Right.
Nick, the Godfather, texts me Thursday night, and he says, not a lot of people know this, he says, JMO, let's do this. We're not going to pull the Logoman.
What?
Let's make a promotion. If we pull the Logoman, we give the Lambo away to the chat.
Whoa. What?
I have it somewhere on my phone, a screenshot of that.
Right.
My response was, Nick, we're pulling the Logoman. This was Thursday night when our break was Friday night.
Right.
And we still talk about it to this day. It was absolutely insane. We obviously fast forward, go on to hit the triple Logoman.
Right.
Now, here we go. Right before the stream.
Right.
We're all sweating. We're all, holy. This could be it.
This is it. Right.
Now, another crazy thing. This was when all the juice cases was going down.
Right.
I wish we did. So we hit this triple Logoman on the first box of the first case. Listen to this. We had 5 cases.
Oh, my God.
I wish we hit it last.
Sure.
Because do you want to know why? We had 5 cases. In those 5 cases was a Zion Williamson Logoman auto, the Warriors triple Logoman.
Oh, my God, right.
And the LeBron triple Logoman. Imagine.
What?
I think of it, even to this day, I think of it like, if we hit that LeBron triple logo last, we would have had the greatest night.
Sure.
Obviously, it already was.
Right.
But we would have had the greatest card pulling night in hobby history. Warriors triple Logoman, LeBron triple logo, same thing. Zion just cream cheese at that point.
Right, exactly.
So that was the craziest thing of all time. We obviously went on to hit it the first break, and you can't be breaking after that. That's your walk-off.
Right.
Job done.
Right.
I'll never forget pulling the card, screaming like a girl.
Sure.
Falling down in the corner, calling my parents on stream, just screaming, we
did it.
We did it.
That is what a feeling. Like, I mean, we knew what the chase was. We knew what the possibilities were. Like you said, going and watching the stream Wednesday night and Thursday night and having the nervous reaction of like, wow, if they pull it, kind of the promotion's done by the time we go. We have promotions here where all of a sudden we have 10,000 boxes of something, and the first 100 boxes gets pulled, and everyone's like, damn it, I can't believe it.
Gets pulled.
Right. You're like, damn it, I wish that was me. In this case, for that big of a chase, that's not just for the 3 companies that pulled it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're talking about everyone in the hobby is watching this, waiting for this card, and all of a sudden you guys pull it.
The Saturday, Sunday theme shows and whatnot, they went live with some other product.
They had to. How do you you know what you're looking for? So that night, I'm assuming for you personally, because in our business, you rip wax, you pull some big cards, you're known. Like people around the country, people around the hobby, around the world, to be honest with you. We got guys in Singapore, we got guys in Perth, Australia, we got everyone that's in our streams. How much that night did that change for you in this hobby? You could have been the biggest guy in the hobby before that.
Yeah.
You could have been. But that night changed a lot for you around the world.
mean, before that, even promo, like everyone knew the LeBron triple logo was there. Before that, we were already running the biggest break. We already, had 1,000 in our room. Now, you go on Whatnot now, the viewers aren't the same as what they were.
Right.
So, like, back then, we were going live with 1,000 plus every night. The second highest on the app was 20.
Wow.
The entire app was in our room.
Wow.
So, like, we were already kind of known before that.
Sure.
But then this just made it global.
Right over the edge.
Global.
Right.
Like, I don't want to throw names of who I was with when we were calling, but we were in the office, me and 2 others, on phone calls the next day with Logan Paul.
Right.
With Drake. With Golden.
Right.
And that was almost, we're here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no. This company made it. That was
that was the state.
It could have been big before that, but you pull something like that in this kind of business that we're in. When you get something like that, this is not getting the #1 overall pick in a lottery system.
Yep.
This is literally having the Powerball lottery in front of you and hitting the Powerball lottery.
Literally.
That's what it is.
Literally, this is drafting LeBron James.
This is by accident in the 6th round taking Tom Brady and having him be the GOAT. Like I get that. But that night, so what, I mean, I could feel it and I could see it in your enthusiasm talking about it. But personally for you that night, pulling that card, what was that night? Did you sleep that night? I mean, there's no way, right?
No, I didn't sleep.
Right.
So we probably went live at 7 o'clock.
Right.
After all this, we pulled it probably by 8:30.
Right.
We were on stream, just the clips, the cameras in the corner.
Right.
Like, we have all those clips.
Oh, I've seen them all. Right.
The whole office swarmed into that tiny little room for an hour and a half. Fast forward, we end that stream. We move that card to a safe spot.
Right.
We go back to stream just to sit in that chair.
Sure.
I got you, Kobe. You're good.
Kobe's all over the place, right?
So we go back to the stream.
Right.
We just sit there. We got ourselves a bottle.
I hope the Godfather got something nice, a bottle of something nice.
It was, and it's not even that we were drinking. Like we took one shot with the chat.
It could have been Corbel champagne that night, and you should have been enjoying
exactly.
it. Right.
It was just we were so happy to just do the thing, be there, and we knew it was prior to that, Backyard was maybe a year and a half, 2 years in business.
Babies in the business, right?
And everyone was knowing us as, wow, these guys are on the come up. Before that, you got the Laytons, you got the Blez, you got the well-established 10, 15 year, whatever it is, and you got the new guys on the block, who are putting on something that's never seen before, entertainment purposes, break size, card pulling, giveaways, blessings, never seen before, So everyone was starting to, wow, look at these guys, and then boom, that was kind of like we're here statement, And
how was the chat, by the way, once it was pulled?
I
see what happens when I pull a decent card and the chat goes crazy. I can't imagine that.
I actually, to this day, I probably once every 3-4 months, I'll go down memory lane. I'll go on YouTube and I'll type in LeBron triple Logoman,
and you can see.
And there's 2 clips up there. That's literally guys screen recording in the chat, and the chat gives me goosebumps every time.
I'm
with
thinking
how
about
much it was flying, with everything people were saying, views going from 1,800 to 2,800.
Right.
It was insane. And then I just remember we ended that stream. We all looked around like, oh my gosh,
we did it.
We did
it. Right.
We then get in the car. Because we're going to drop it off at a safety deposit or whatever it is.
Right.
We're calling the 3 guys who hit it. And we're all like, what the hell just happened? What do we do now? We just did it.
I can't imagine that feeling of knowing what the hunt is for and having it be such a massive hunt. It's one thing when we're doing specialty hunts here at the Backyard or other companies are doing it, and you're looking for something big, and you're going to hit it. That's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
This was the historic card that if we pull it, that would be great, but we're not really expecting it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's right for it. And besides that, you heard what JMO said. That wasn't the only good card they pulled that night. There were other good cards. That's the difference.
That was the only one we pulled because it was first break, first case, first box. if we went on,
right.
it would have been a
massive night. Right.
Still talked about to this day.
Right.
You know, we obviously still talk about it, but like it would have been that much bigger.
Incredible.
That Warriors triple Logoman, Chris pulled, sold for $300K.
Right.
And they won the finals that year. So
what a night.
When I pulled that card, I was like, it's funny because if you go back and watch it, it's like pull the card, screaming, and then I'm like, oh my God, I just won a Lamborghini. Listen, at that time I was 22 years old, 23 years old, living at my mom's house still. And I'm like, I just want to, I'm Jordan, I'm JMO, like I, you know, nothing special besides ripping sports cards. And then I just wanted a Lamborghini. I only said on.
You're in. Like you did it. You did.
It's like even
what
still talking about it, I'm still kind of speechless.
Of course. Well, I mean,
it doesn't make sense.
No. First off, anyone, and I'm new to the business. I'm 3 months into breaking. I get it. I like ripping wax. I like trying to get the big. I love that stuff. Your story though is legendary. Like there's very few times in our business where you get a legendary story, and to be in this building to like have it happen while this company's still growing, while Nick and is still putting this whole thing together to pull a card like that. I mean, listen, without hitting your shoulder and knocking on your back, you put us on the map, and look where we are now from that day. And now we're on like flawless release week. This is another big week for us here. But whenever that gets brought up, whether you like it or not, you do realize that the JMO name is always going to be thrown in that mix. That's a cool thing.
It's humbling.
Right. That's a cool thing.
Like, when I came in, I was like, let me just come in here. Let me just have a good time. Like before I ever got this job, I was watching, I'll give him a shout out here, Reed Bleacher. Yeah. Bleacher Breaks, Reed, good friend of ours.
Going to be one of our first guests here on the launch also.
I love that. Right. I was always hopping in. What he was running on Instagram at that time, a 1-box or 2-box break of Chronicles Mega. Wow. Not even hobby.
Right.
Just Chronicles Mega. If you know Chronicles, it's one of the lower products.
Right.
I was buying the Panthers and PYT every time.
Of course you were. Right.
He then we live close by, and he was like, Jordan, when you're done with college, come down here, hit me up. I thought I was going to work for Bleacher.
Sure, of course.
I call him. I go to meet him. I meet him right next to Grant. He says, Jordan, Grant. Shake hands. Let's get to work. And since then, like, we started on legacy packs.
Right.
And Revolution Percy packs at $1, going for $8, being live for, 5 hours, selling $300 revenue.
Right.
Now.
A little different now.
Now, we're running $200,000 breaks.
Right.
Flawless, repacks, national treasures, hitting product hits to this day still. There's nothing like it.
This is awesome. JMO, this is exactly what I want people to hear from this podcast. That's exactly what I want people to hear. Story time with JMO. We'll get some other guys in here to tell more stories, but I feel like if we're going to start the podcast network, and now that you guys all know, we're Live at $1 Podcast Network, what I still think is one of the coolest names.
Live at $1.
For the podcast.
Those flawless spots.
Right.
Live
at $1, right. That we needed to hear this. We'll hear more stuff from JMO as we go. We'll bring Triz. We'll bring other guys in here that have pulled massive cards too, but I feel like it wasn't the right way to start this if you weren't telling that Logoman story first, and I appreciate you coming to Radio's Yard. And honestly appreciate the fact that story still gives me goosebumps, and I wasn't in the house for this. I wasn't in the room. I was not watching live. I was not in that chat room. Yet I go back, I see the story, I see the videos, and I'm like, holy shit. I know we're not allowed to curse that much, but I'm doing it anyway. Holy shit. That was an awesome moment for us in this building, in this company, for you personally. And, of course, when there's a Lambo involved, that helps also.
Can't complain.
That helps also.
I appreciate you having me.
The best. One of the best. JMO, tell the people where you're ripping in the rooms upstairs. Tell them.
Backyard rips every day, every night with the boys. Backyard breaks, backyard hits, backyard juice, backyard buzz. All of it, man. All for a good time.
Great promotion, Brian. We're right there, JMO. All right, this has been another edition of Radio's Yard, a special one. Story time with JMO. We'll get back to it as we are during these weeks, during these next couple months. We're getting bigger and bigger every single day here at the Live at $1 Podcast Network.